What's good? It's rap mythology, the reincarnation of Ramakrishna, a Hyoka empath, bringing that brand new flavor in your ear. Alright? So I'm talking about these dudes putting these videos up on Instagram. I'm sorry, YouTube. And they're saying that they died, went to hell, went to heaven, saw Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? I watched a few of the videos, and I'm noticing that they're misinterpreting the dreams that they're having. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of misinformation out there on YouTube because of people, their knowledge is limited, you understand what I'm saying? And they're coming to you thinking that they're giving you truth and thinking that they're being sincere. But they're dealing with a lot of archon energy, a lack of knowledge of the full scope of life and things like that, and are kind of misleading people. But I know what it's like to misinterpret a dream. You understand what I'm saying? So I can understand. So I'm gonna just talk about one video I saw, you know what I'm saying, with a guy. He said that he was getting sick a lot in his life. You understand what I'm saying? You know, he had bad health. He was always in and out the hospital. You know what I'm saying? So one day he's playing with his friends. You know what I mean? They're outside playing in his backyard, and his lungs collapse. You know what I'm saying? He has to go to the hospital. He winds up in a coma. He's in a coma for 38 days. You understand what I'm saying? He gets out, and he's healed or whatever. Because of the experience that he had while he was in a coma, it led him to Jesus Christ and teaching people about Jesus Christ and things like that. But he didn't even see Jesus Christ in a dream. You understand what I'm saying? And he claims that the dream showed him Jesus Christ, but he never saw Jesus Christ in the dream. Alright, so a lot of times I'm noticing that the people are taking the dreams literally. Now, just as you read the Bible in a mythological book, and you're reading it literally, you understand what I'm saying? These things are symbolic, these Bible stories are symbolic of other events, you understand what I'm saying? Usually that are taking place inside the body, you understand what I'm saying? You're dealing with energy. So, every scene that you see in a dream, you have to decode it symbolically, not literally, you understand what I'm saying? You'll see some weird shit that doesn't even make sense in the dream, but the symbolism of it is what's going to make sense, you understand what I'm saying, when you decode it. And it's not hard to decode dreams. You just put the scenario that was in the dream in Google, and usually you can find the symbology. Is really easy, but it is possible to still misinterpret. So this guy, he wakes up in the dream, his whole body is in the ground, nothing but his head is sticking out the ground. And he sees piles of feces, you know what I'm saying, all over the place, right? And he takes this as he's in hell. You understand what I'm saying? When symbolically, when you're seeing a lot of shit or something like that in a dream, it means that there's a lot of stress in your life. You know what I'm saying? There's some heavy stress going on in your life. So what he was seeing was his own stress, his own filth within his own body. You understand what I'm saying? Being that he was like submerged in the ground, he's like submerged in the filth, with only his head sticking out. You understand what I'm saying? But he took this as he was in hell. You understand what I'm saying? But nah, this is a symbolic representation of something that's going on within you. Then he says that he's in this state, and he said he felt like he was in eternity or whatever, that he was in there, because he was in the dream realm for 38 days, and he could feel that there was no concept of space and time where he was at. So that was on point. You understand what I'm saying? So then he says that he gets up out of this state that he was in with all this shit around, and something brings him up into like a higher state of being where he could feel all this energy going into himself and he's being healed, right? He says that the only thing that could have brought me out of that situation was Jesus Christ. That's the only thing that could have got me out of that situation is Jesus Christ. And that shows you from his knowledge and his understanding where he's coming from. So, dude was raised in the church or whatever. He said he didn't even pay attention to it like that. You understand what I'm saying? But his parents raised him in it, and he kind of, was still bad or whatever, still in the street. But from his dream experience that he had, which led him to Jesus Christ. And I'm going to explain how he misinterpreted. So because one's mind can only grasp spirituality as far as religion and the Bible, and you don't understand the full scope of spirituality, you're going to interpret the dream to your understanding, to your level of understanding. So if your level of understanding is only Christianity, you're going to equate things that are happening in a dream with Christianity. So you're going to describe something that you see as hell because you have no knowledge that there could be of your subconscious mind, right? You have no knowledge of the dream world of your subconscious mind, and therefore you interpret something that you're seeing as a literal hell. You understand what I'm saying? There could be like, you know, hell's just piles of shit. Like, you gotta kind of think, like, you know what I'm saying? We already in hell. When you out in that sun is burning you. When you're in the winter or something, like, you're mad cold, you know what I'm saying? You're already in hell. Even if you're in some tropical paradise, you stand in the sun, you're getting burned. You understand what I'm saying? Alright, so if you catch the person adding into the dreams that are not actually in the dream, and they're saying, well, the only person that could have did that for me was Jesus Christ, that's just because of their level of understanding. You can do these things for yourself. You understand what I'm saying? So he saw his healing process. He said that he got up, you know, he was like floating or in some type of space, and he felt all this healing energy coming through him. The only thing that it could have been was Jesus Christ. So therefore the whole dream, now you're dedicating this whole dream to Jesus Christ, which is a real energy, which really does exist. You know what I'm saying? Jesus is the Son. You understand what I'm saying? In the Bible. You feel me? But, so, that's what I wanted to talk about, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys putting up these videos about they died and went to hell and, you know, went to heaven and things like that. They're misinterpreting their dreams and not seeing the symbology in the dream. You can't take a dream literally, you know what I'm saying? It's symbolic, you know what I'm saying? When you have a conversation, sometimes you'll go to a certain point where you have deep conversations with somebody in a dream. You could take that conversation maybe literally, you understand what I'm saying? But as far as what you see and images that you see, you know, scenarios and scenes, things playing out that you see or whatever, you have to take these things symbolically. Alright, so we're going to leave that one there. My next video I'll put up, I'm going to talk about how I misinterpreted dreams. Talk about a situation that I was in with my karmic soulmate and how I misinterpreted dreams, you know what I'm saying, and how it kind of led me astray. So I could understand how this happens or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But we're going to leave this one here, Rap Mythology, the reincarnation of Rama Krishna, a Hyoka Impact, bringing that brand new flavor in here. Alright, peace.